Greetings guys and girls, fellow gamers, my name is EpidemicSound and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. Today we're gonna focus on upgrading everything before the Horde comes, and we're not gonna do the Horde today because it's a way too long a day. I was playing around with some ideas, so let me show you this. This is sod, okay? Sod you make from dirt. Oh, sod off. Sod you make from dirt and from plant fibers. And I still have a lot of it, like, so let's make actually a couple of more. And what I noticed is that if you place sod, it looks kind of more natural. And I used to use that in the past. Now, this is not for defense, okay? This is literally just to place some blocks that we can prevent zombie spawning. I mean, although, oh, you might wonder why I do that. I'll show you now, actually. Look, if you look at this, the zombie spawning should mainly be prevented. However, when screamers and all that approach, they can spawn zombies inside the base, which is fine because it wouldn't be all the time. It would be just the screamers. Yeah, if you look at this, you can see how bad it looks on the edge here. Yeah, so if you take the block out underneath the structure, there we go. Look at that. Huh? Isn't that nice? And then it goes really nice and flush with whatever you're building on top and underneath, and it looks like it's really working together well, which is nice. So having sod is really a nice idea. Now the sod is uneven. What you do to fix that is you just basically place a block on top of it like that, and that straightens it out. You see that? Boom, boom, boom. By default, sod is a natural thing like grass or earth or whatever, which means it gets deformed as you place it, but you can leave it deformed. It doesn't really matter, okay? So I'm just showing you this in case you're one of those people that I'm most of the time, especially when it comes to the edges of things, I hate all this up and down, but when it comes to in between buildings, I don't really mind. But on the edges of buildings, I will do that. But you can see also here how flush it looks with the road. I mean, look at this. If we place these guys here on the side, look how nice and flush they look. This is so amazing. This is nice. And then here we go. This looks much better. Oh, whoops. You can pick actually sod up after you placed it for amount of time. It's kind of a process until it dries or something. So you can see here I can't pick that up anymore. This I placed kind of last, so I can still pick that up, which is also very nice. So if you make a misplace, you kind of go, oh crap, and you can just pick it back up again, which is really nice. And I think once it's straightened, can you still pick it up? Yeah, you still can. So there you go. You can pick it up for a certain amount of time. Anyway, that's what I was playing around with. The other thing I was playing was the idea, and I kind of did this wrong. I upgrade. You can see I made all my tools 511 now because that is what I actually can make. So let me just destroy the decayed brick here to get my stone back. What I forgot to do is, if I want a building outline, for example, yeah? So here's where we have the building outline. Let me put some sod in there here first, and then put the decayed brick here. So the idea is to have, if I want a building, I can just do this now and say, okay, here's the outline of my building that I want to have. This is gonna be my, whatever you call it, my shed. And we don't have to make every single building out of concrete, because I think concrete looks very boring. I already said that in the modded series, and I really wish you could. I think some people have tried, but it's very tricky to do a texture swapping tool. And I played around with it myself a little bit, and the XML gets very complicated because you're gonna basically have to either do a rotation system where if you right click with a tool onto a block, it changes, it blocks the block's texture, which means theoretically it's loading it's loading the same block with a different texture. But that means you have to have in your XML files for every possible block a match for its texture. So you have to have an entry in the XML for block type, texture type, same block type, different texture type, same block type, different texture type, and so on and so on. That would hypothetically say that's like 50 or 60 entries like per block. That's insane to maintain. So, but what I would love to do is, what I would love to see in the future is that the 7 Days to Die guys, by default, maybe separate textures and blocks in a way that you could mix and match them dynamically. So that you don't have to have all the combinations hard-coded in the XML files, but instead can just say, hey, I'm swapping texture. I want this block to have a different texture, so it goes off and fetches the texture ID and applies it. So that when you place a block in the first place, it goes, hey, you're placing block X, and by default, it has this texture. But it can be changed dynamically very easily without you having all the combinations possible that exist hard-coded in the XML file. I think that would be good if that would be a thing that can be done. But it means it can't be just done by modders through XML files. It has to be done. The system to facilitate that would have to be done by 7 Days to Die. So, and I really hope that's something they're gonna look into, or at least paint. You know, if I could paint my concrete so I don't see these stupid 4 nibbly bits, and I maybe can paint them white or blue or red or a dirty red or a weathered red, or like I said, texture swapping probably would be the best idea. So now here we go. This is my shed, going to be my shed for the bike. And this is where the door is gonna be. So I don't really want to block there. There we go. Boom. Sorted. Excellent. And that's how we're gonna get into the building. And then we're gonna put the sod all the way around. And that's it. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna do this now. I just wanted to give you the general idea of what we can do and how we can do it. So there you go. That's how I'm gonna mark out all my buildings before I even can build them. So I'm just gonna take, and that also means I don't have to worry about so much wood being wasted, because sod is so easily made. I mean, clay is in abundance. You get like 1,000 clay and very easily, and plant fiber, well, I would say 15 minutes, 20 minutes for 1,000 plant fiber. They grow everywhere here. And seeing that that is the best resources, better resources than trees, I think you're better off with sod. Because it saves you a lot of traveling time to get down to get those trees. I mean, use the resources you have around you. That's basically another reason why I'd kind of like to go with sod, because it just seems to be fitting better with the resources you have. Now, enough jabber, and let's get going. This is starting to look nice. It's starting to grow into a nice little complex, and we're gonna, once this is all sod, it's gonna look like nice like this. Anyway, now let's get inside, because the next big job we're going to have to do is upgrade everything inside. We're gonna have to, I already fixed all the spikes. Well, I repaired most of them. I haven't gone through them. I just don't want to upgrade them fully. That's why I'm using the wrench and not the hammer, because I don't want to accidentally upgrade them. So I always do that, repair them, get the one click. But anyway, so the idea now is to go inside. Okay, let's see if hopefully I'm not getting hit. Yes. Yeah, imagine this opening really slowly. I did an upgrade here as well, where I replaced all these squares with the blocks so that I can actually get out properly without getting stuck. It's much quicker to get out, basically. And this is no problem. You don't have to jump. It just means that when you come from here... I've replaced it with a metal ladder as well, by the way. You guys suggested that a long time ago, and it's better when you have puking cops. This opens really fast. If I would upgrade that to the steel one, it opens very slowly because it unturns the wheel and then opens. So let's get upgrading inside. I'm gonna grab some flagstone I made here earlier, and I'm also gonna actually get my weapons. I made 500 steel arrows. I had 500 feathers and still a bit left. So they are my steel arrows for when the night comes. I also, oh, that is steel, iron. This is iron. Let's put the steel down here. There we go. I also started making a lot of bookshots here, but we have no paper, I noticed. So I might have to go for a little loot session around some of the houses I haven't looted yet. I have to start marking the houses I looted. Anyway, I'm gonna do that off camera. We need some paper to make some more ammunition. I only have about 200 bullets. So you see, if this would be sitting on top outside, by the time that opens, you're dead. Your ass is grass. Anyway, so let's upgrade these guys. I probably can do that with the hammer. The hammer is the only thing I haven't actually remade. There we go. And this is just so we basically have the maximum security from the zombies, because you're talking 6,000 health points for the concrete and 3,000 for the lower level concrete that it turns into once it gets destroyed. Do I have steel on me? Damn it, be careful not to bloody upgrade the damn thing. I wasted so much steel on accidentally upgrading stuff. It's balls. This is exactly what I was talking about. How much is that now? Oh, that's 10,000. Wow. So you have 10,000, 6,000 and 3,000. So maybe your main base eventually should be all steel. That would be a hell of a lot of hit points. Like, you're talking 19,000 hit points. Oh, repair you. There we go. And look at our construction already getting to 100. By the way, you're right. You were saying that before. I made so much gunpowder. I leveled up my gunsmithing quite a lot. I think I leveled up by about 3 or 4 or even slightly more. Where's gunsmithing? It says my gunsmithing skill went up. Oh, the message came that gunsmithing skill went up, but it doesn't seem to be a thing. Oh, there, it's spelled in 2 words. Oh yeah, it was at 55 earlier, 56. So I leveled up, I think, about 5 or 6 points. That is really nice. Crafting quality for gunsmithing is now 578, though I don't know exactly what we can craft with that because we can't craft guns. So I don't get that. Sorry, I'm a bit lost on that. So here we go, let's upgrade the rest of this, and then we're gonna go downstairs and playing around with the flagstone. We want to get going on. Okay, this is already upgraded. Oh geez, nearly clicked that again. Excellent, I think that's it. That's all our areas upgraded fully. Nice. That is so lovely, I like that. Now if we get puking cops and they puke up here for whatever reason, they should be puking at me. So I think I'm gonna have to go on a steel binge at some point and make tons and tons of steel so we can upgrade all these blocks on the outside here with steel. That definitely has to be a thing. Yeah, 10 steel, that's no problem. Anyway, so let's go up here and let me show you something else. I want to make some stone because there's another idea you guys had which I actually quite like a lot. So if we make... Oh, where's the stone? Oh, you can only make it here in the concrete mixer. Okay. I wish you could pick that thing up and place it again. So we need sand, small stone, and cement. We have cement. We have small stone. We just don't have any sand. I think I have sand over here. Let me just do that. There we go. So let's take 1,000 sand, like take the rest of the stones, and let's go downstairs into our mine. And I need paper because I can't even make pressure plate mines or anything because I have no paper. So there we go. Now what you guys were saying, and which is a really good idea, is why don't you leave the ceiling natural? Yeah, and I like that. But then the wood looks kind of, yeah, okay, we've done that before. So that's why I got the flagstone. The flagstone, if we place it, should look really nice. Now we can still have a wooden floor. A wooden floor, and I like that it's nice and bright, the floor, and I also like that the flagstone is nice and bright. So I think having this as a wall would be much nicer than having flagstone. And what am I looking for? Oh, I already have it here. Okay, it's much nicer. And actually this we don't, yeah, this one we actually don't need to do anything with because that's where the stone will go. Okay, so we can take the big stone and put the big stone up here into the ceiling, and that way we have a natural ceiling. I'll just leave this repaired. So what I'm taking out is these guys here up to that level, because we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, a 4 high wall basically, and the ground I leave wood because that gives a nice mixture of wood and of stone. And flagstone is actually not too weak. I mean, if you hit that, that's 500. It's not bad for underground. Oh, I can't repair that because I need cobblestone rocks. Yeah, we're gonna have to get ourselves some cobblestone rocks. Fragglestone rocks. Anyway, so I'm going to do that, and that should look really nice. So here we go. Look at that. And I think it will look nice when the fire bounces off it. I mean, look at this. This is what I love about the natural, well, the fiery light. It kind of bounces off it, makes it nice and dungeony and underground looking. So I think a few of you have raised that issue in the comments as well, saying like, well, if you make it all wood and concrete or whatever, it looks more like it doesn't look as natural. It looks more like the inside of a house. And that's not what you want, really. You want it to look like something different than your houses. So I think that was a great idea. You guys had to do that, to use different materials. And here we go. Let's, I think that's the right wall, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Let me just see. That should be the flagstone right there. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, I was far enough in the back. And yeah, we don't need to worry about the ground there. Here we go. And that is really lovely. I like that. So we can put flagstone everywhere here. The corner is actually not that important. I'm gonna leave the corner alone because, again, this is not for security. So the things that are kind of get covered up, I'm not gonna start building for anyway. So let's get rid of some of that stone up here. And that stone here. And that is our, basically our top done. This room done. And this will be our, I'm gonna make this actually our, forge room. And somebody else was saying also, do you not want to have the rooms not separated all the time? Because do you not get the problems then that, you know, you have to constantly go from room to room and it's gonna lose time when you craft things? I leave this room actually this wide. I think this is fine to have no door here, and I can make my storage area over here. And which means I'm gonna build my storage actually inside the wall, which you guys suggested as well, which makes a lot of sense. Because it gives you maximum space in your actual rooms itself. So we're gonna put them here, and the forges, I'm probably gonna, I don't want to set the forges into the wall, actually thinking about it, because the forges are not perfectly square, so you will be able to see through them, which is not something I actually like. Oh, look at that, we have a missing block there. Yeah, let's just put that in, it doesn't matter, let's put a piece of wood in there, and that's it. There you go. Yeah, let's do that. And let's put the flagstone in front. Flagstone, there we go. And as far as I know, you can upgrade flagstone to concrete anyway if you really would need to, but hey ho, I don't think we need to. So this is where the shelves will go, and I think we're gonna put them to about, yeah, let's leave that corner here for now. That seems to be okay. So let's get our chests. Oh, where are they? They're upstairs. Okay, let me go upstairs, let's sort some things out, and let me also get started on making the stone so we can fill in the blanks here and get that going. Okay, I decided to also do a little bit of looting. Like, I'm only gonna 1 or 2 houses, like, because we need paper. I already found a little bit of paper, I put it into the bike, but we need more paper. I'm also gonna take all this with me because we are definitely in need for some resources. Paper specifically, obviously. So let's see what we have here. Oh, nice! Oh, that was a lovely find. Actually, we don't have time for all that. So let's just go in here and see if we can find more paper. Oh, do you have paper on you? No. Don't even bullets, you cheap bastard. Okay, some murky water. And we can't make paper out of any of that. Okay, let's take some materials with us because we need a lot of iron as well. Oh, excellent. And whoppa! Excellent. So this one we can straight away turn to scrap. Did I just drop that? Yeah. Idiot. Okay, so... Oh, there's more paper. These things are nice. They only give you 1 paper, but hey, 1 paper is 1 bullet. Don't forget that. So if you pick up 200 of them, that's 200 bullets. Okay, there's not any more paper. Is there any paper in the fridge? No, why would there be? I don't know. I like to keep my paper cool. It makes definitely for cool writing. So, this is a small shitty house, but it might have paper. And we also need some wood as well. So we might as well take that big oafy tree with us. And I can hear footsteps. That was weird. Oh, that was unlocked anyway, but hey ho. It took only 1 swing. So, oh, is that one of those? I think so. Let me see. No, it's not. I was hoping it was. Why? Who would have a toilet in their kitchen? Seriously, dude. Oh, what do we have here? Look at that. A purse. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I put in my purse when I'm going on vacation. I always put, that's glass. I always put some corn in my handbag. Okay, so this one doesn't have an upstairs. This is a pretty shitty house. Sorry, it is. But we have done the deed and looted it. So let's loot 1 more house. And then we're gonna go back. Oh, hey. Hi, lady. Oh, I love when you jump hit them, but I don't like when you miss. When you do this, like... And then he hits your back and you look like a plank. I actually always expect them to turn into bags, and then I realize I'm not in that mod. So let's take the bones. There we go. Yeah, somebody was asking why I take all the bones. The bones basically let you make glue, and glue lets you make duct tape, which you need a lot of if you want to make certain things. I think, what was it again? Let me see. There's, what was it? Mines, something. The pressure plate mine needs duct tape. So duct tape is starting to slowly become more and more a thing that you actually need. So I want to continue having it in my life. So let's see what we have in here. Oh, goggles. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. And nothing special in here except some more paper, which is nice. I think we have in total now about 30 papers. That's about 30 bullets. That's perfect. That doesn't give you paper, no. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Anything interesting? Oh, cone, a pine cone. That's for a pine tree. We should grow one right outside our house. Actually, we should. We should literally make a single hole and start planting a tree that we're never gonna remove. That literally just sits there for looking pretty. So you come with me, and you come with me, and we're going to scraparoony you. Yeah, we don't actually need it. That's not that many resources. Let's leave that. And let's just really quickly, just for things, check upstairs for bookshelves and paper. Or actually downstairs. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. I like the room. Oh, yuck. Ugh. There's an upstairs as well, I know. Nothing in here. And... okay. Oh, nice. Sports bag. Ooh, brown t-shirt. Gonna scrap that. I don't actually need to take the glasses with me. The cornmeal, I have enough corn that I can make. Pine seed, we definitely take that with us because of what I just said. We're gonna scrap that. And I'm going to scrap those goggles. There we go. I'm gonna use that just to look awesome. No, like it's always the awesome moment as a kid when you came in school as a bandage and everyone said, oh, what happened? But you, and you told them the fantastic tale of your yes, of those mad adventures that never happened. Basically, you were stupid and fell down somewhere and you hurt yourself and you make it out to be some fantastic story and most possibly a burglar involved that you saved everybody's life off from something like that. I know you can take apart the vent thing, but I don't want to right now. Okay, that's it. Let's get out. And let's go back underground, because that should have been enough time for us to make some stone. Did we mark the house? No, we didn't. There we go. Okay, guys, so just to finish this off, I put a couple, I had 5 points left, and I put them into weaponsmithing now, so because the next thing I want to raise up to 500 is my weapons. And I made a couple of more spike clubs to level that up as well. I made some repair kits. Again, duct tape. You need duct tape for everything. If you look at the recipe list for duct tape, you can see you need it for a lot of things. So TNT, all that stuff, you know, so don't disregard it. Always pick up the bones and then turn them into duct tape. Now I made about 200 forged iron to make 100 barbed wire fences, and they're just really to slow people down. We're gonna put them in a perimeter around the house. Let's take the stone, let's go downstairs and finish off what we have there. So we already have a very good thing, a couple of cars we found 2 more batteries, so no engines, and a couple of more tires, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, let's go downstairs and prepare. So it's nearly time to leave, because they have fixed the Horde, so the Horde should always show up at the evening, even if you log out. That definitely should not be a thing anymore. The Horde was screwed up, but it was an endless Horde, but that's gone now as well. Now, I didn't make any nails. Did I have nails with me? No, it doesn't matter. We can just start putting the fortress down here. So, if we look at the stone now, yeah, that we have with us here, we're just gonna simply put stone here in the ceiling. Oh, yeah, I can actually, yeah, we might want to take that out. Okay, so it's the same problem we had upstairs with the sod. We actually want to take out the wood and leave the wall beside it natural stone as well, so that we get that nice flush look of the ceiling, so that it, like, in the moment it looks all jagged and all weird, because that is what blocks do. I really wish they wouldn't, that they would kind of form naturally around, if you know what I mean. That whole triangular gap look is really not working for me. Okay, so this is basically what we want. Like, nice, like that. Let's fill the gaps in. Okay, we are going to have to take that out, because otherwise you see that tiny little hole there. It's gonna be so annoying. Oh man. There we go. And lovely. And you can see already it's looking much better. Excellent. So now all we have to do is fill in the gap. There you go. You can see it slightly better with the light on, I think. Just make sure, this is the hard part with stone. Working with stone is, it's very hard to see the gap sometimes, where you have to place stone and where not, because it kind of looks all the same. There you go. And I think that's it. Yeah, we didn't miss a gap. So we have a nice natural looking ceiling. Again, don't worry too much about the side here. That's just because I have to take out these guys to make them look nice and flush. And then we're gonna put our storage containers into the walls and our forges down there. So this is actually a thing now, which is really good. So let's put our forges right here. And let's put our wall right here as well. Oh. I actually brought some cobblestone as well now, so we can quickly fix that up. Ha! And then you updated with clay. Interesting. Where's my broken wall? There. And then you upgraded with clay. We have to try that to see what it looks like. And let's get some more flagstone, which we have here. So let's put the flagstone down here. Now this I want here, the wall. And that is because there's gonna be a door. We're gonna go basically into a different area. So, but this is all gonna be flagstone, which looks nice and natural and gives it a really nice look. I like that. This is really lovely. So let's put the forges down here, and then that's it. Yes. So if you enjoyed the episode, I know it was just getting a lot of different things done, but it has to be done. And I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, remember to kick that like button in the balls, and I'll see you guys in another video. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming. Well, how am I gonna put you now? Put you like that. I'm gonna